We are back in Minneapolis, and even in the 45 minutes that we've been out here in the sub-zero temperatures on Nicollet Street, there has been developments on a number of stories we've been covering. Earlier in the hour, we had City Council President Elliot Payne standing right here, and he mentioned something that seemed not even believable to me, that ICE agents attempted to enter the Ecuadorian consulate in Minneapolis. That country's foreign ministry is now confirming that story. We will work to find out more. New York Times is reporting that a federal judge is blocking the deportation of Liam Ramos, that, of course, the 5-year-old, and the deportation of his father. And a third development, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar was at a town hall tonight just across town where she was accosted by a man in the audience. She was sprayed with a liquid. He shouted something at her. We understand she's okay, according to Mayor Jacob Frey. Joining me now, MS Now senior political. Let's take a listen.
DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or
Joining me now, MS Now senior political analyst Alex Wagner, also the host of Runaway Country podcast. That's a very, very scary moment that we just saw in that town hall. She appears to be fine, but there's just something, given everything that's happened over the last few weeks.
Given where we're standing.
Juxtaposition. Like that moment of someone coming at.
Yeah, I think it's at a moment where people, especially on the outside of Minneapolis, are trying to calibrate how they feel about the moment, right? On one level, the incredible citizen resistance to ICE and the tactics of MAGA world in terms of marginalizing and terrorizing and punishing black and brown people in this country, that has been extraordinary. And it has resulted in certain gains, like the President of the United States maybe vaguely acknowledging that it's not good to be doing this.
We're going to de-escalate a little bit.
Whatever that, but the truth is the situation on the ground remains dire. Yeah. That's an elected representative from this state being accosted at best, maybe a failed attack at worst, in a moment when de-escalation is the order of the day. You know, the fear that is in people's hearts and minds is very real, and it is not abating anytime soon, especially when you see stuff like that.
I think the reason that people have been looking to this place with a lot of hope is because whatever else is happening, the White House is on tilt.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they are on tilt.
Totally.
Like, fully today, you've got, they've sent it home, Bavino's going home. You've got reporting that Kristi Noem thinks that she's been thrown under the bus by Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller's wife on Twitter posting the parts of the article that defend Stephen Miller. Like, there are knives out for each other. And I think the only thing that feels to me hopeful, because the political fight doesn't matter, is that they have projected that nothing can get to them for so long.
Exactly.
And that they are above anything. Exactly. And they don't care if you get mad, and they don't care if you're whining. It matters now. Like, it matters.
Every act of resistance, every protest, every video, all of it is having the cumulative effect that it should, which is it is stirring people in Washington into action, and it is making the White House slightly afraid of its own brutalizing tactics.
Even these things we used to see that were like the scripts of how a scandal would play out, that were completely absent in the first year.
Yeah.
They would do things and you'd look around and be like, no one's gonna call for an investigation here?
Yeah.
Like, your crypto scheme or whatever? Now it's like, oh, okay, some Republican, like, again, it's not the biggest thing in the world. Just like the Republican senator saying there has to be an investigation. And we're talking like red state Republican senators. I mean, it's the bare minimum. I'm not trying to like say how great it is.
We're not putting too fine a gloss on it.
Right.
But the fact is, I mean, and I think I don't think we should look at this in a vacuum. First of all, I do think the Democrats in Congress shutting down the government over health care and saying this is a fight worth having and doing it for 43 days was planting a flag in the ground and saying we are willing to do this. We are willing to walk the walk on principle. Now, it didn't, and at the same time, Republicans have proven completely incapable, impotent in terms of actually lowering health care costs and dealing with the central problem of this administration, which is affordability. But the fact that at least congressional Democrats were willing to to do some serious stuff on principle matters in the fight ahead on ICE funding and DHS, right? It has set the table
That's
for that.
a great point.
And the fact that you have no King's rallies across the country, the fact that the citizenry is engaged, and the fact that people have not allowed MAGA to divide them, but have instead said, we are doubling down on inclusivity. We are doubling down on the sense of community that you've been trying to shatter for years. And we are going to do it to our own peril, at the risk of our own lives, is an incredible signal to the White House and to this administration that they will be held accountable.
You're also seeing this thing that, again, used to be a part of politics where people getting uneasy, right? Like Mike Lawler, who's like a frontline member, he writes his op-ed in the New York Times being like, this isn't looking so good. And Tom Tillis, and I saw the woman who's the head of Latinas for Trump in Florida today saying, this is going to cost us the midterms. Like, again, the big question is how much public opinion matters, how much civil resistance matters, how much organizing matters. They want to pretend that it doesn't matter at all. And what I think we're seeing is like, it does matter.
Chris,
it still does matter.
We are feet away where
Yeah.
someone who was trying to help his fellow citizens was murdered. Just literally trying to re-engage on the most basic human level.
It was literally intervening on behalf of two people that were near him who were being shoved to the ground.
These are the stakes, and these are the lengths to which people are willing to sacrifice their lives in the name not of anything other than community. I mean, it is an extraordinary thing.
There was a sense, this sort of stunned silence and paralysis that happened. A lot of people, a lot of good people, I think, kind of were like, I'm out after Trump got reelected. Like, and there's just something that's happened in the consciousness of the country the last few days where it's just like people are like, I mean, everywhere, like the golf Reddit, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like golf TikTok is like
cat video,
everywhere.
cat
Everyone is just
Instagram.
like, this is not okay.
Well, I think in part because it's not happening in some circumscribed areas of cities to some certain communities. It is in residential areas. It is at hospitals. It is at schools. It may not be your child that's getting deported, but it's someone in their classroom. Even if your child's school isn't affected by it, your child knows about it and is scared about what's going to happen to his or her friends.
Everyone on the PTA WhatsApp is getting together every morning to go stand arm in arm at school. Alex Wagner, it's great to have you here.
Thanks for being here, buddy.